Acid soil. Soil that has pH values less than 7. A horizon. Soil horizon consisting of mineral soil which have the maximum organic matter accumulation and maximum biological activity. Air porosity. The proportion of bulk volume of soils that is filled with air at any given time or under a given condition, also called as porosity. Alkaline soil, soil that has pH values greater than 7. Alluvial fan, a fan-shaped deposit accumulation at the growth of the canyon or at the foot of the mountain. Alluvium, sediments that which are deposited by running water or stream, also called as alluvial materials. Ammonification, the process which decompose amino acids by soil bacteria resulting in the production of ammonia and ammonium. Anion, a negatively charged ion formed by the addition of electrons to atoms or molecules. Available water, a portion of soil water that can be readily be absorbed by the plant roots. Bedrock, the solid rock underlying the soils and the growth, which in depths ranging from 0 to several hundred feet. B. Horizon, a soil horizon usually beneath the A horizon that is characterized by the presence of concentrated clays, iron, aluminum oxides, and humus. Capillary fringe, a zone just above the water table that remains almost saturated. Capillary water, soil water held in the soil pores that is readily absorbed by the plant roots. Cation, a positively charged formed by removal by electrons from atoms or molecules. Cation exchange, the interchange between the cation in solution and another cation on the surface of any surface active material. Chemical nitrogen fixation, a fixation that takes place at high temperature and pressure in producing ammonia, which is used to manufacture fertilizer. Sea horizon, a mineral horizon generally beneath the sulum that is relatively unaffected by biological activity. Clay, a soil separate consisting of particles less than 0.002 mn in diameter. Denitrification, the biochemical reduction of nitrate or nitrate to gaseous nitrogen. Desalination, the removal of salts from saline soil, usually by leaching. Compost, a mixture of organic residues that have been peeled and allowed to undergo biological decomposition and used as fertilizer. Denitrifying bacteria, bacteria that is capable of changing soluble nitrogen compounds into gaseous nitrogen. Diastrophism refers to the action force causing earth crust to be deformed, producing mountains or changes of level. Disintegration, the reduction of rocks to smaller pieces, mainly by mechanical means, also called as mechanical weathering. Duff mold, a forest humus that is found in the transition zone of the horizon that may be produce others into more or mold. Edapology, the science that deals with the influence of soils on living things, particularly plants including humans use of land for plant growth. Elevation, the removal of soil materials from the zone of impoverishment to the zone of enrichment. Essential elements, a chemical element, essential element, a chemical element required for the normal growth of plant. Soil materials containing very high fiber that are well preserved and readily identifiable as to botanical origin. Fertile soil, a soil that has substantial amount of readily available elements necessary for plant growth. Fibrous, an organic soil which has the less decomposed of all organic soil materials containing very high fiber that are well preserved and readily identifiable as to botanical origin. Fixation, the process in a soil by which certain chemical elements essential for plant growth are converted from exchangeable form to non-exchangeable form. If layer, a layer of forest floor that is immediately below letters consisting of fragmented or partly decomposed organic materials. Floodplain, a land bordering a stream buildup of sediments from overflow of the stream and subject to inundation when the stream is flood stage, also called bottomland. Forest, an organic soil which has freely drained histosols consisting primarily of letters with some twigs and branches that rest on rocks, stones, and boulders whose void are filled with organic matter. Soil, a natural body on the intermediate surface of the earth composed of unconsolidated minerals, organic materials, and living forms in which plants grow. Soil aggregates, a cluster of soil particles held together as a unit in soil structure, also known as soil granules. Soil bulk density, the mass of dry soil. Soil bulk density, the mass of dry soil per unit of bulk volume including the airspace. Soil classification, the systematic arrangement of soil into groups of categories on the basis of their characteristic. Soil colloid, a kind of mixtures whose particles are intermediate in size between the visible particles of a suspension and the invisible particles of a solution. Soil consistency refers to the physical condition of soil at various particles resulting in single grain structure. Soil conservation, an art of combining all management and land use methods that safeguard the soil against depletion or deterioration caused by human or by nature or human beings. Soil dispersion, the breaking of soil with respect to the amount. Soil fertility, the status of soil with respect to the amount and the availability of elements necessary for plant growth. Soil horizon, a layer of soil approximately parallel to the soil surface, differing properties and characteristics from adjacent layer below or above it. Soil monolith, a vertical section of the soil profile removed from the soil and mounted for display or study. Soil particle density, the mass per unit volume of soil particles. Soil profile, the vertical section of a soil from the surface through all its horizon. Soil reaction, the degree of acidity or alkalinity of the soil, usually expressed in pH value. Topsoil, the topmost fertile soil or layer, usually rich in organic matter. Withering refers to all physical and chemical changes produces in rocks at or near the Earth's surface by atmospheric loess, a fine-grained deposit consisting largely of salt and spread out by wind over an area. Minerals refers to all chemical soil having definite, largely chemical composition and exactly defined as physical or crystalline properties. Magma, a hot molten materials found several hundred meters below the surface of the earth. Mol, a forest humus in which the F layer may or not be present and the H layer is completely absent. More, a forest humus in which the H layer is present and there is no mixing of surface organic matter with mineral soil. MAC, MAC, a highly decomposed organic matter in which the original plant parts are not recognized. Neutralization, the reaction acid between an acid and base resulting in the formation of salt and water. Nitrification, the conversion of ammonium to nitrate and nitrate to nitrate, usually carried out by autotrophic bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria that is capable of for the formation of nitrogenous compounds from gaseous nitrogen. O horizon, a horizon consisting entirely of organic matter, usually above the A horizon. Organic fertilizer, a fertilizer which is byproduct decomposed animals or vegetable substances contained with sufficient plant nutrients. Parent material, the unconsolidated and more or less chemically weathered minerals or organic matter from which a soil is developed by pedogenic processes. Reduction, a chemical process in which electrons are gained, the negative valence is increased and the positive valence is decreased. Regolith, the unconsolidated the unconsolidated matte of weathered rocks and soil. Regolith, the unconsolidated matte of weathered rocks and soil materials above the solid rocks of the earth.